So welcome. We're back here with Jon Busshart again, and I heard some of the things you were talking about Aruba and Aruba Central and how that fed up into some larger management tools. And from a data center optimization standpoint, that sounds like a great application for intelligence. Can you tell us a little bit more about what you had started on with Mike?
Yeah, absolutely. AI is like touching every bit of our IT infrastructure these days. So now we're back up at the cloud consoles from HPE, and I suppose a lot of we kind of looked at the Aruba Central console, but again, we had the Data Services Cloud console for managing storage pieces. We had the Compute Ops console for managing Reliant servers, and then we go after the cost of the cloud because that's the idea of this. We're making a more cloud-like approach to hybrid IT, and that would be what GreenLake Central is, paying for what you use on a monthly basis type of thing. But what wraps all this together is InfoSight, where's the AI.
So if I wanted to just worry about storage, I could do that, or just the compute. But obviously, how do I bring that all together? And that's what you're going to show us.
Yeah, absolutely. InfoSight brings this all together. So let me launch this. We go into this interface. So now they've wrapped this up under GreenLake, and we get a lot of analytics. So my story behind InfoSight is this, is we have a lot of islands of data that exist. If we look at a Reliant server, an ILO interface, what some people might know as a baseboard management controller, that's collecting all kinds of metrics about itself over time. Heat, temperature, what's the CPUs running at, how much memory is installed, right? If we look at the storage piece, the shared storage is usually pretty important for a virtualized environment, right? That box itself, that storage piece, that's doing the same thing. Where on the drives, what's the redundancy level like? It's collecting all this information again over time, and it's keeping these islands of information. And we can even look at VMware as well. Each one of the ESX hosts are collecting its own island of information. What InfoSight strives to be is an aggregator of this information. So we could see, these are my storage systems over here. Obviously, we could tell with the red lines, there might be something I want to look into. But even on the end, I've got recommended actions across my virtualized environment that I might want to look into. And it's easy to kind of look into that. So if I go over here to this menu item, we could see I've got VMware down here. I'm going to click on clusters. All right, and we get an overall view into the VMware clusters I have within my environment. It's pretty clear to see that something's kind of going on here. Maybe something's going on over there as well. And if I click on that host, I could quickly go in and I could see that I have memory issues that are going. I got 92% memory usage. I'm hitting the swap. Balloon driver is kind of going off. So this tells me real quick. Now, a normal VMware administrator, could they dig into their environment, find out that information quick? But the power of AI and analytics brings that all together where I could visualize that and go into it very quickly within an environment. And this is really what I see as the future of our data centers, working at a global level through the cloud and getting right down into the individual's issues to be able to quickly identify things and be able to correct them.
Right. I've worked with a lot of those individual utilities where it's whether you're looking at a system level or at a cluster level or you're looking at storage. But the same usual problem. Well, where is actually the issue? Okay, we've got something here, but how did we get here? How do we know? That drove us and say, hey, well, this cluster has a specific problem. Well, short of going and checking everything, I'm not going to see unless I've got something like this.
Yeah, keep in mind, we started up here at a global perspective. So this could have been resources that were attached all over the globe, right? And I could quickly go into a specific site and figure out what was going on with that site. So that's kind of the magic of GreenLake and the cloud consoles with HPE.
So being able to bring that either whether we're looking at a single complex data center or multiple data centers or core data center and edge, which we're seeing more and more of these days.
Absolutely. It could be from small to very large. This is going to be your central AI platform to be able to dig in and be able to understand what's going on with your environment.
Oh, is there anything else that you really want to call out or?
Oh, there's a whole bunch I could call out, but I would recommend reach out to me within the Business Transformation Center, and we can really get into the flux capacitors of these things and figure out what's going on.
Well, thank you very much again for your time, Jon.
Absolutely.